On November 24th, 1971, a man boards a flight in Portland, Oregon. He's quiet, well-dressed, and carrying a briefcase. By the end of the night, he would perform one of the most audacious acts in American history: vanish into thin air with $200,000, a name given by the press for a man who may never have existed. For over 45 years, the FBI hunted him. Hundreds of suspects were investigated, from seasoned skydivers to disgruntled employees. The case file swelled with theories, but a single question remained: who was the man in seat 18C? This is the full story of the man who hijacked a plane, jumped from the plane, and then vanished from the face of the earth. Our story begins at Portland International Airport. A man purchasing a one-way ticket to Seattle for Flight 305. He used the name Dan Cooper, paid in cash, and took a window seat in the rear of the aircraft, 18C. He was described as being in his mid-40s, about 5 feet 10 inches to 6 feet 0 inches, with a slender build, dark hair, and a complexion that could blend into any crowd. He wore a black raincoat, a dark business suit, a white shirt, a black clip-on tie, and loafers. He was polite, unassuming, and ordered a bourbon and soda. After takeoff, at around 3 p.m., he handed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. Thinking it was a phone number, she slipped it into her pocket without reading it. Cooper leaned over and whispered the words that would change everything. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note demanded $200,000 in negotiable American currency, $20 bills, and 4 parachutes. He specified they had to be brought to him when the plane landed in Seattle. If his demands were not met, he would use the bomb. He opened his briefcase, revealing a mess of red cylinders, wires, and a battery. It was convincing enough. The pilot, Captain William Scott, contacted Seattle-Tacoma Airport. The FBI was notified. While authorities scrambled, Cooper remained calm. He understood the mechanics of a hijacking. The FBI agreed to his demands. They assembled the ransom: 10,000 unmarked $20 bills, weighing 21 pounds. Crucially, agents on the ground made a secret decision. They took every single bill and meticulously photographed their serial numbers. They also provided the 4 parachutes he requested, 2 military-grade backpacks, and 2 civilian sport parachutes. Some investigators believe Cooper demanded multiple parachutes to ensure he wasn't given a rigged one. In Seattle, the passengers were released, and the money and parachutes were brought on board. Cooper kept several crew members, including pilot Scott, co-pilot Bill Radizak, flight engineer H.E. Anderson, and flight attendant Tina Mucklow. Now, Cooper gave his new destination, Mexico City, but he had a very specific set of instructions for the flight. They were to fly under 10,000 feet, with the wing flaps down at 15 degrees, the landing gear down, and the cabin unpressurized. At 7:40 p.m., as the plane took off from Seattle, Cooper ordered Tina Mucklow to the cockpit and told her to close the curtain. Somewhere between Portland and Reno, over the dense, storm-ridden forests of southwestern Washington, with the plane flying at a dangerously slow 170 knots, Dan Cooper did the unthinkable. He lowered the rear air stair. He tied the bag of money to his body with a rope from one of the parachutes. At approximately 8:13 p.m., facing a freezing rainstorm, wearing only a business suit and a raincoat, he jumped into the night. The crew, feeling a change in air pressure and seeing a warning light in the cockpit, grew suspicious. After trying to contact Cooper with no response, the co-pilot eventually went to the back of the plane. He found the air stair down, the curtain fluttering, and the man known as Dan Cooper was gone. What followed, then, is one of the largest and most expensive manhunts in FBI history. Military planes, ground troops, and local law enforcement scoured the suspected drop zone. They found nothing. No body, no parachute, no money. But the case wasn't completely devoid of clues. The physical evidence was scant. His black clip-on tie, a few stray hairs, and eventually, a portion of the ransom money. CLUE 1, the tie. In his seat, Cooper had left his black clip-on tie, complete with a mother-of-pearl tie clip. Decades later, in 2011, the FBI would re-examine it and find minuscule particles of pure cerium, a rare earth metal used in the aerospace industry. Was Cooper a Boeing employee? A chemist? The tie remains one of the most tantalizing pieces of physical evidence. CLUE 2, the money. In 1980, an 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram, on a family picnic along the Columbia River, unearthed 3 packets of decomposing $20 bills. The serial numbers matched the ransom. $5,800 of it was found. How did it get there? Was it washed down from the drop zone? Did Cooper bury it? Its discovery, so far from the flight path, only deepened the mystery. The legend of D.B. Cooper begins with a daring hijacking that has baffled investigators for decades. Who was this mysterious figure? The list of suspects is long, but today we focus on the most compelling candidates linked to this unsolved case. First up is Richard Floyd McCoy Jr., a man whose audacious crime mirrored Cooper's almost perfectly. McCoy, a devout Mormon and Vietnam veteran, executed a similar heist just months after Cooper's infamous act. He demanded $500,000 and parachuted out, showcasing a stunning resemblance to Cooper's method. Despite his arrest and eventual death, many agents believe McCoy was indeed D.B. Cooper. Next, we explore Ted Braden, a man who could be the perfect D.B. Cooper. Braden was a top paratrooper with over 1,000 jumps. Known for his skills and charisma, his background in the Army's elite special forces made him a compelling candidate. Braden boasted about his ability to hijack a plane without getting caught, raising eyebrows. Despite his skills, the FBI never named him as a strong suspect due to lack of evidence. Braden remains a favorite among conspiracy theorists, embodying the perfect mystery. Now, we turn to Kenneth Christensen, a former paratrooper with a unique connection to the case. Christensen worked for Northwest Orient Airlines, giving him insider knowledge of the Boeing 727. Living near the drop zone and being a heavy smoker, he matched Cooper's profile closely. He paid off his mortgage shortly after the hijacking, raising suspicions about his finances. His brother claimed Kenneth confessed on his deathbed, adding another layer to the mystery. Yet, the lack of hard evidence kept the FBI from making a definitive link to Cooper. Our next suspect takes us down an unconventional path. Barbara Dayton. A former soldier and accomplished pilot, Dayton's story is both fascinating and complex. Living as a man named Bob in 1971, she could have easily slipped under the radar. Her aviation knowledge and skills could have made her a viable candidate for the hijacking. While the theory is intriguing, it remains on the fringes due to lack of physical evidence. Dayton's story highlights the lengths to which investigators have gone to solve this case. Despite these compelling suspects, the case remains unsolved, lacking a smoking gun. With no body, no parachute, and 99% of the ransom never found, the mystery deepens. After 45 years and thousands of leads, the FBI suspended the active investigation in 2016. The official conclusion? D.B. Cooper likely did not survive the jump. So, what happened to D.B. Cooper? The mystery begins with a daring hijacking on a rainy November day in 1971. He vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of questions and theories. The FBI's investigation spanned decades, but the case remained cold. 3 prevailing theories emerged, each more captivating than the last. Let's explore the first theory, the fatality. The simplest explanation that he died on impact, or from exposure in the brutal storm. His body and money were swallowed by the vast, impenetrable wilderness. This was the FBI's official conclusion when they closed the active investigation in 2016. Theory 2, the survival. The legend of D.B. Cooper, an experienced skydiver, perhaps ex-military, who planned every detail. He lay low, spent the money carefully over decades, and got away with it. This version birthed the folk hero, a symbol of rebellion. But was he truly a master of survival, or just a lucky man who escaped the law? Theory 3, the inside job. A more complex theory. Cooper had inside knowledge of the 727, the parachutes, and the FBI's procedures. The cerium on the tie lends some credence to this theory. Perhaps he was never one man, but a team that planned the entire operation. This theory adds layers to the mystery, making it even more intriguing. But who were these accomplices, if they existed? His legacy is undeniable. He became a symbol of the clever outlaw, striking a blow against the system and getting away clean. He inspired songs, movies, and an annual festival. He proved that in the modern age, a person could still simply disappear. So who was he? A master criminal, a special forces ghost, or a disgruntled employee? D.B. Cooper is no longer just a man. He is an idea. The case is cold, but the legend is warm. Wait, this story is not over yet. Here's another great twist. In 2023, the family of a former top suspect came forward with shocking evidence. A deathbed confession and critical evidence handed over to the FBI. Could this finally be the end of one of America's greatest mysteries? The core evidence from 1971 remains cryptic. We've given you the evidence and the suspects. Now, we want to hear from you. Who do you think was the most likely D.B. Cooper? Vote in the poll and explain your reasoning in the comments. If you have another historical mystery you want us to investigate, let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel Zuncover, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the past.